a keyframe that is empty. It's a blank keyframe. If I were to draw something now, or in this case, I'm going to just write something. I'm going to say, pardon me. Now that looks odd. What's happened here is that my fonts that I've chosen, it must be a symbol font. So we're going to go modify, and well, actually we can even just go down to properties down here, and we're just going to just change it to all. We've got all sorts of different fonts here. Let's just go to something simple like Impact is always a good one. All right, we've got that there, and I'm going to hide my properties. We'll come back to properties and talk about properties. We've got our type. I'm going to enlarge it with the tool. Now, you see how this graphic here, I've got a graphic at this point in time, and then all of a sudden I've got our type. If I were to play the movie now, and I do that by hitting enter or return, I go there, and oh, all of a sudden it turns into the type, right? Because up here we've got our keyframe, right? We've deleted the face, and we've got the type here. Now you see how this graphic here is editable, right? That's because it hasn't been saved as a or hasn't been created as a symbol in the library. In this keyframe here, we've created this text, and this text is still editable. I take this, and we can change the color of the letters if we want to, for no in particular reason, just for the point of explanation. But this thing will not animate, okay, because A, it's not a symbol in the library, and it's not going to work right now. What we need to do in order to morph this into this is we need to break this down into individual pixels like this thing is. All right, we need to make this thing not text. We need to turn it into a graphic like the faces. So we can do that by breaking it down into pixels. So you see, if I go up to modify, and if I can break that apart, Control B is the short key, and you go break apart, what that does, oh, we have broken it down, but we've broken it down into a word, into individual letters. Well, so that's what we can step further and go modify and break it down into pixels. So you see now, this has been changed. I could change this, and I could edit it much like the picture. Let's undo that. There we go. So now here's where the fun starts. We can take this, and I'm going to go back down to my properties palette, and if I click on this tween here, you see how before we could create a motion tween. That's how we created a motion tween. Well, this is, we want to make a shape tween. We also have the option of creating motion tweens down using our properties palette and doing our motion tween. But we also have the option of doing a shape tween. The shape tween is a fun little tool, because if I'll start it here. Click on that keyframe, just because I don't want to hide it right now. If I go to shape tween, what that does, that creates a green, tinted green keyframe up here. We've got our arrow here, and this guy here will now morph into the word. All right, so I hit enter. All right, if I go test movie, let's test our movie. There we go. Lots of fun. Alright, so that's how you do a basic shape tween in Flash. Number one, you don't have to do things in the library. Number two, you just have to make sure that everything is broken down into individual pixels, and you do that by using the break apart tool. Okay? Good luck!